Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the unit 5B, that in this case is Rio Reborn. This one is the reading class of week number 14. And first one, we start with some questions that we discuss, okay? For example, the first one, what is a favela? Okay, we know the different uh, opinions about this one, okay? A favela is a place, okay, with a diverse kind of families. And also we consider these kind of places a slum, yeah, because there is a lot of population in that place and with no good conditions. Okay, this one is a summary about what is a favela. Okay, and you know that many people live in that places. Okay, where are many of the favelas found? Okay, the majority of them we can found in urban areas, and also there are more famous areas. Okay, and this kind of favelas exist specifically in Rio de Janeiro. Yes. Okay, what do you think life is like in a favela? Okay, I consider that these are communities with a lot of difficulties, and some of them, for example, they that places, okay, doesn't have electricity, or in some cases the transport is not in good condition. Okay, they don't have enough water. Let me see, but they try to live in that place, and that places are so narrow. Okay, and exceeds some regulation about this one. For example, the transport, they can find only two types of transportation, that in this case are motor taxis and also the minivans. Okay, and this one is a big city in a small place, okay, because there is a lot of family in that place, but they live almost together. So for that reason, this one is a community, okay, it's a big community and it's a big city, okay, but in a place that is very, very small. Okay, so let's see. Now we continue with the next part. And this one is the Rio report. Okay, we read the title and we circle what we consider is the answer or what is the mainly topic about this kind of reading. For example, we have letter A, improvements in Rio poorest neighborhoods. It's possible, or maybe the history of Rio's neighborhood. Okay, what we consider is the answer. In this case, we can say that the answer is the letter A because the reading is about the improvements in Rio's poorest neighborhoods. Okay, the reading explain about the difficulties that this kind of person suffer in that places. Okay, next pass next. Okay, this one is the Rio de Janeiro, in a major city in Brazil. You know that this one is the capital of this country with a population of over 6 million people. I think, or I consider that nowadays the population is higher. Yes, it's not only 6 million, maybe 7 or 8 million of people. Okay, almost a quarter of its people live in poor neighborhoods called favelas. Okay, you know that this one is in a rural, in an urban areas, but okay, live poor people in that places. Okay, such as this one on a real mountain side. Okay, so this one you have different mountains here, and this one are inside of the mountains. Okay, now we have the vocabulary part. In this case, we have 10 words. Okay, we have the first one that is crime. You know that crime are illegal activities or illegal acts, okay, that other persons do. Then we have the word receive, okay, you know the meaning of this one is to get or maybe to be given something. Yes, okay, well, for example, when you receive a present, when you receive a new cell phone, etc. We have the next word that is residence. Okay, this one is a person who lives or has their home in a place. For example, we are Salvadorian residents because we live in that country. Then we have the next word that is common. Okay, that is a fact that everyone knows. Okay, a common mistake, a common topic, a common situation. Yeah, this one is a fact. Then we have the word provide. That's mean to give someone something that they need. When you provide food for someone, when you provide, let me see, skills, okay, for a different subjects, yes, okay, this one is an action. Then you have move into or moving into, okay, when you go to a different place for living or working, okay, when you move to into other country, okay, for studying a different major, for studying in a different university. Yes, this one is the meaning of move into. Then you have the word separate, that in this case to divide into parts. Okay, when you separate the notebook, because you use for two subjects, okay, you separate in two. The first one is for reading, and the next one is for, and the next part is for EFL. Yes. Then you have the word property, that is an object, okay, or objects that belong to someone, okay. For example, your cell phone is of your property, and your notebooks are on your property, okay. Then we have the word develop, that in this case is a verb, is when you change, okay, into a more advanced or a larger or a stronger form, okay, when you develop different skills about a different topic, okay, when you develop knowledge of a technology, when you develop, let me see, some characteristic of a social person, yes, okay. And the last word is model, something that a copy can be based on this one, okay, or maybe when you make a model of something. Yes, this one is an action. And for example, a model is a person that gives good solutions, okay, or present, or is a person that has a good behavior. Yes, okay. So let's see. Now we pass to the reading comprehension part, and in this case, we have the multiple choice. First one, we have the guess. Uh, Another title for this reading could be, we have four options. Okay, a history of Rio's favelas. It's possible. Crime of the rise in Rio's favelas. Favelas Rio's new tourist destination, or how Rio's favelas are changing. Okay, in this case, the answer is the option D. Okay, how Rio's favelas are changing, because we know that they present different changes due to the time. Okay, first one, the favelas could be a small community, but right now it's like a country. Yeah, so this one is a change in that place. Number two, which of these things found in favelas is not mentioned in the reading? Okay, we have four topics in this case. We have art, guns, okay, gangs, and poverty. Yes, okay, so we have four different topics, but in this case, one of them is art, okay, because the passage mentioned different topics of poverty, okay, of opinions about this kind of topic, okay, about guns, okay, of guns. So this one is the topic that didn't mention the reading, okay, about art. Now the detail, okay, what was true about favelas in the past? In this case, the answer is that children didn't play in the streets very much, okay, because it's a kind of dangerous place, and for that reason, parents, okay, didn't permit or give the permission that children play in the street. Okay, so let's see. Let's continue with the number four, which a statement would tour guide Simon Miranda probably agree with. Okay, remember this one is a tour guide, and this person give his the opinion about let me see, the place that they visit. For example, more favela residents now feel a part of Brazilian cultures. Okay, the police officers in the favelas cause many problems. Young people from Rio shouldn't move into the favelas, and there will be no more favelas in 20 years. Okay, and their opinion is more favela residents now feel a part of Brazilian culture. Okay, so that's mean they belongs to the culture of Brazil. Yes. Okay, number five. What is the purpose of the third paragraph? And in this case, okay, is that to talk about how newer residents are changing the favelas. For example, the doctors, the professional people. Okay, what is the kind of let me see, participation that they have for changing this kind of places. So this one is the third paragraph. The purpose of this paragraph to talk about how newer residents are changing the favelas. Then we have the last one. Okay, I'm sorry, number six in line 25. What does skyrocket mean? Okay, it's possible that it's to become smaller, to become dangerous, to drop slowly, or to increase quickly. Okay, in this case, the answer is to increase quickly. Okay, that's mean very fast. Yes. Okay. And the last one, number seven, that is according to the reference, what can you replace this with in the following sentence? Okay. Despite this, favela residents are hopeful. Okay. This one is in line 26 and 27. And we consider that the answer is these challenges. Yes. Okay. Despite this, okay, despite the situation, despite the difficult situation that the person that live in that places, let me see, face, okay, these challenges are helpful. Yes. Okay. Excellent job. Now we pass to the reading skill, and this one is understanding a writer's use of quotes. Okay, we know that when you give an opinion, okay, or maybe for supporting an idea of others, okay, you need to write the opinion of this person in quotation marks. Okay, and a writer may choose to include the exact word from a source. Okay, that's mean the exact words that other person says. Okay, these are set off by quotation marks, and quoting can be done for various reasons, such as the following. And we mentioned three reasons in this case. Okay, the first one is to add a supporting statement on questions. Okay, and we have an example here. Locals aren't waiting for others to solve their problems. It is important for us to fix things ourselves, said one favela resident. Okay, in this case, let me see, the opinion is important. Okay, and this one is for supporting a statement. Yes. Okay, the next example or the next reason is to provide expert evidence for an argument. In this case, the second reason is, let me see, to provide experts evidence for an argument. This one is included in scientific topics, okay, or educative topics. For example, when you talk about a topic that is at the university or maybe at a school, you can include this kind of arguments. Okay, we have an example here. Both countries need closer ties. I consider the relationship with the United States very important to Brazil, said Brazil President Dilma Rousseff. In this case, it's an important person that said the words. Okay, so you need to write in quotation marks. Okay, but these kind of words, okay, give an evidence for a specific argument of a specific topic. Yes. Okay, and the third reason is to highlight an interesting or memorable phrase. In this case, we have an example. Many tourists visit favelas, but some people feel this. Poverty tourism is not appropriate. Okay, this one is a memorable phrase for that person that live in that place. Yes, and it's an interesting opinion because it's a personal opinion, and this one is an opinion of a tourist. Yes, okay. For example, when you have a, let me see, your own business, okay, imagine if you go to a restaurant, or you have a business of food, okay, the person that eat in that kind of places, okay, it is important the opinion of this person. Yes, because you need to know, okay, what is their opinion about the food, if it is good, if it is bad, and if it is a good opinion, it's comfortable for you. But if no, okay, you feel kind of bad. So for that reason, is this case is an interesting or memorable phrase for giving this kind of supporting ideas. Okay, so that's me. When we understanding our right use of quotes is according to three reasons. The first one is to add a supporting statement on question. The second one is to provide experts evidence for an argument. And the last one is to highlight an interesting or memorable phrase. Yeah, these one are the three reasons that we can find. Okay, now we check, okay, we develop some exercise, we scan. Okay, so we need to underline the quotes that we can find in the passage. In this case, we have the first one, in 20 years. Okay, we can find this quote in line 13. Okay, please underline because it is necessary. Okay, this one is the first one. The second one, the children who live here now will be different people. Okay, we can find this one in line 14. And then we have favelas are a place for young doctors without much money to get started and young architects to start working. Okay, we can find this quote in line 17, 18, and 19. So you need to underline. Then we have the number 4. But now, this one is in line 21. Okay, and the last one, they feel part of the society of Brazil. This one is in line 21 and 22. So that's mean in this reading we have 5 quotes that supporting the ideas, or that give us supporting for the different opinion of person, or for giving an interesting, okay, way for understanding the reading. Yes. Okay, so let's see, you need to underline, and remember, then you need to send the photos. Okay, now we identify the purpose. Okay, we have 3 questions here, or 3 statements. Okay, Rio has many problems, including poverty, crime, and low wage. It happens in the whole world, but it would say here the problems are greater, says Jose Mariano Beltrame, State Secretary of Public Security. Okay, in this case, this kind of quote is for providing experts evidence for an argument or to highlight a memorable phrase. Okay, in this case is the option A. This one is for providing experts evidence for an argument. Why? Because the person that said the information is an important person and is maybe a professional in that area. And for that reason, this kind of information providing us, okay, an evidence that is true. Yes? Okay, number two. There are the area around the Olympic Stadium is full of cars and malls, but little else that makes it special. The place is known as the Rio that forgot it is Rio. Okay, and in this case, we have to provide experts evidence for an argument or to highlight an interesting or memorable phrase. Okay, in this case, is the answer to highlight an interesting or memorable phrase. Yes. Number three, favela resident Sergio Sousa de Andrade explained that people fear the future without the police. What will happen when they leave? Okay, to add a supporting statement on questions or to highlight an interesting or memorable phrase. And in this case is to add a supporting statement or questions. So let's continue. Okay, now we complete this paragraph. Okay, this one is about the favela tours. Okay, we read and we complete with the keywords or the target vocabulary words. Okay, if you visit Rio, should you visit a favela? Favela tours may be popular, but not everyone agrees they are a good idea. At its best, a favela tour allows visitors to see a favela up close. Some tours, okay, what do you consider is the answer? Provide or move into. Excellent in this case is provide. Okay, provide jobs for, okay, residents or property. What is the option? In this case is residents, exactly. Okay, jobs for resident. And we have some examples as guides, drivers, and ARIs. The local people earn money, which can then be used to help, okay, move into or develop the favela. In this case is, okay, develop the favela. This one is the correct option. While some favelas receive or move into money. In this case, receive money from tours. Sometimes little is actually given back to the neighborhood. In addition, some people feel that favelas are much like zoos, with visitors in buses kept, okay, separate or common. In this case, separate from the people living there. It is important too to remember that a favela can be dangerous, and in this case, crime remains a problem and a tour operator cannot ensure a visitor safety. Okay, so the passage is about that the tourist, that person gives, okay, to the other person. But this one, this tour, this, let me see, tour guide is in buses. Okay, it's not when you walk, etc., and you let me see, can see different landscapes. No, okay, this one is like a zoo. Okay, it's an opinion of a person because the visitors, okay, let me see, when in that place or going to this place in buses. Okay, this one is a difficult situation, and remember, these kind of places are very dangerous, and for that reason, okay, the big problem in this case is crimes. Okay, so let's see, let's review. Number one, provide. Number two, residents. Number three, develop. Number four, receive. Number five, separate. And number six, crime. Excellent. Okay, now the next exercise, this one is the exercise B. Okay, and words in context. We complete each sentence with the correct answers. Okay, number one, if something acts as a model for something, it's a good example or a bad example. In this case, good example. Number two, when you move into a neighborhood, you begin to live there or to live it forever. In this case, begin to live there. If something is common, it rarely happens or happens often. In this case, happens often, okay, because this one is common. A person who owns property owns land. Exactly. Okay, let's make a review. Number one is ate. Good. Number two, okay, begin to live there. Number three, happens often. And number four, land. And the last part, this one is the word partnership, and we study the word separate, that in this case is a modified word. Okay, why? Because modify is a noun. Okay, this one is a combination when you use the adjective separate and a noun. Okay, you have some examples here: separate rooms, separate lives, separate beds, or separate path. Okay, we have separate checks. Okay, separate questions, separate ways, okay, or maybe separate quiz, separate test, okay, separate cell phones, okay, all of this one you can use as examples. Okay, so let's see. Thank you very much for your attention, and okay, see you the next week.